So, yeah, this is not going to end. And you would have thought, okay, maybe after, the Indiana Fever beat the New York Liberty yesterday and the Stephanie White stuff, it would end. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. I'm probably going to record videos about Stephen A. Smith, about Stephanie White and stuff. But we got to talk about this. Like, there are some crazy things. There are some crazy things that have happened. So, first of all, we have her hoop stats bringing on a person who 2 weeks ago said Stephanie White didn't deserve to win Coach of the Month, that Kelsey Mitchell didn't deserve to win Coach of the Month because she didn't win any Player of the Weeks during the month. In fact,
critics tried to paint Sophie as the villain by bringing up a play from last season involving JCS Sheldon. They claimed Sophie ran across the court to send a message after Sheldon had a dispute with Caitlin Clark. Those pushing this story now argue that Sophie has no right to comment on DiJonai recent actions. But there is one major problem. They are misrepresenting what happened after that play. They want people to believe Sophie escaped punishment, faced no consequences, and was protected by privilege. That version is being pushed to create anger and drive an even bigger divide inside the locker room. They apparently assumed nobody would check the facts, but the actual record says something completely different.
2 weeks ago said Stephanie White didn't deserve to win Coach of the Month, that Kelsey Mitchell didn't deserve to win Coach of the Month because she didn't win any Player of the Weeks during the month. In fact, she did. And also has demanded the Indiana Fever as an organization apologize for Caitlin Clark. Basically, sorry that we have Caitlin. We're sorry to the rest of the league that that Caitlin's on our team. And they're bringing her on to talk about Stephanie White and the Fever. And again, I'm Team DiJonai. Like, you're bringing on Cindy Bronson, really? And also, not only that, she said that Sophie Cunningham was the aggressor against DiJonai Carrington.
The truth is that Sophie Cunningham was ejected because of that play and received the largest fine the league could issue. She never tried to avoid responsibility. She openly admitted that being thrown out was deserved. So why does the media keep acting like she faced no punishment? Because the facts do not support the villain image they have spent months creating around her. Removing her punishment from the story creates the impression of a double standard that simply does not apply here. Sophie is pushing back against this rewritten version of history because she understands that repeated false claims can eventually become accepted as fact. The record needs to be corrected.
Team DiJonai. Like, you're bringing on Cindy Bronson, really? And also, not only that, she said that Sophie Cunningham was the aggressor against DiJonai Carrington. Unfortunately, Sophie Cunningham's head got in the way of DiJonai Carrington's attempted clothesline. She was actually just, doing her JBL impression. She just wanted to try out for WWE in her JBL impression. No one was supposed to get hurt. No one was supposed to get hit in the head. And Sophie Cunningham was the aggressor by aggressively attacking DiJonai Carrington's elbow with her head, or like the inside of her elbow with her head. I don't know.
The issue went beyond commentators and moved into the online world, where popular basketball accounts and other one-sided pages began altering photos to ridicule Caitlin Clark and the people supporting her. Some accounts were actually editing images to make players appear worse. The goal was to gain attention through negativity and push a certain story. This goes beyond normal fan arguments. It looks like an effort to shape public opinion. Sophie noticed these pages creating confusion and felt the league PR teams were doing very little to address them. Some players were also engaging with those harmful accounts, adding even more attention to the situation. It shows a serious decline in professional standards from multiple sides.
And I think for me, my initial, in real time, as this is happening, as I'm, seeing this happen in the game, seeing the thread now, going viral, my first thought was, it was a basketball play, but as soon as you do that thread, now it becomes national discourse.
That's
and
not
it becomes
a basketball
really
play,
explosive.
Exactly. There's not one person. Every single NBA player that has watched this is like, she tried to take her head off. You've even got a former superstar in the league being like, that's not basketball. What are we doing? If that's just maybe it's a statement.
When you examine DiJonai Carrington record, a clear pattern starts to appear. This does not look like one completely separate incident. There have been several dangerous plays that seem to happen against particular opponents. From the Skylar Diggins-Smith incident to the recent contact involving Sophie, the timing continues to raise questions. Statistically, she appears more likely to make head contact during a chase down than to actually stop the shot. Yet anyone who mentions that pattern is quickly called a hater or accused of having an agenda. Sophie is tired of hearing the same excuses and being told it is simply normal basketball defense when the footage appears to show something more deliberate and personal.
It's as simple as that. Like, she is more likely on a chase down to hit someone in the head than block their shot. Statistically, that is I'm pretty, like, since 2025, that is a fact. But, like, this was different. Like, I've never seen someone chase down as fast. The angle she went from behind Sophie Cunningham. You don't block a shot on a layup from directly behind somebody. Like, there were a lot of differences here. And, like, I'm somebody that's made videos about DiJonai Carrington's reckless and dirty plays. There's a big difference. The only one you could say was maybe even close to this was the Skylar Diggins one, where she wound up and hit her in the head with two hands. But, like, she was still winding up when Sophie Cunningham...
Remember the Caitlin Clark eye poke? During the live action, officials treated it as part of the basketball play. But when the replay is slowed down, you can see the shoulder turn and the hand moving directly toward the face. Sophie's argument is that proving intent may be difficult, but the outcome cannot simply be ignored. You do not normally finish with an arm around another player's neck when the ball is several feet away. To Sophie, the contact looked like an attempt to send a message, while the media response only made the situation more frustrating. She is not speaking only for herself. She is also standing up for players who have experienced similar questionable contact followed by convenient explanations and missed calls.
Around the neck. I think she wanted to get take Sophie Cunningham's head off and go to her back. Just like when she got Caitlin in the eye. In my opinion, she didn't try to hit her in the eye. But, hear me out before you guys dislike it and unsubscribe. It is too hard in real time to get a full rotation of your shoulder and still land a claw in somebody's eye. My guess is that Caitlin threw the pass. She wanted to leave extra. She wanted to hit Caitlin in the face. And just happened to hit her in the eye. Both flagrants, both dirty plays. But it feel like whenever you see him DJing, even at the time, it was a weird wind-up swing.
The discussion became even more serious when it moved into questions about race and white privilege within the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham was accused of relying on her position to avoid consequences for physical play while other players faced punishment. That was where she pushed back strongly. She highlighted the contradiction of being told she has privilege when she was the player who was actually ejected and fined, while the person involved in the latest incident was receiving far less criticism from league media partners. Sophie sees this as a narrative being used to silence people who challenge the accepted version of events. By confronting the issue directly, she showed how weak those claims can look when the actual facts are examined.
Recently just said, like, hey, I should have been ejected. I wasn't and I should have been.
Sophie Cunningham was ejected, received the maximum fine you can give in that scenario. She said she deserved to be ejected while talking about the DiJonai situation and talking about DiJonai's white privilege tweet. She literally was like, she basically said it in a way of, I did this last year, DiJonai did it this year, it's an ejection, what is she on about? Like, that's basically it. She basically tried to, Sophie Cunningham said exactly what nearly all of us said, that the play was clearly intentional.
The bigger issue is that many fans are not watching complete games anymore. They are seeing short clips posted on Twitter. Those clips are often selected by accounts that already have strong opinions against Caitlin Clark and people connected to her. That creates an environment where misleading claims can spread quickly and become accepted as truth. Sophie also pointed out that former players and analysts can fall into the same trap. They may see a post from a biased account and accept it without checking the full game, official statistics, or league disciplinary records. That kind of reaction can damage trust in a professional league, especially now that the WNBA is attracting a much larger mainstream audience.
On Twitter. And the problem is their algorithm is just trendy hoop stars. So you've got trendy hoop stars, mostly WNBA accounts. These are Caitlin Clark hate pages. And that's literally what they are. They're Caitlin Clark hate pages. And unfortunately, they seem to run the narrative because they are pushing narratives that are at best misleading, at worst false. And to be fair, I think the fact people are still in the league and players are retweeting that page after they keep putting out edited pictures of Caitlin Clark. They keep posting pictures of Caitlin Clark and editing her teeth to yellow, or posting pictures of Caitlin Clark and editing her forehead to be bigger than it is. Like, when you've got players doing that, it's bad. And again,
the rivalry between the Connecticut Sun and the Indiana Fever has become extremely heated, with DiJonai Carrington sitting at the center of the controversy. Her locker room comments, exchanges with fans, and actions on the court have led some people to believe there is a personal issue with the Fever organization. Why has the tension become so intense? Is it frustration over the attention Caitlin Clark receives, or is there another reason behind it? Sophie believes the biggest concern is that personal conflict is being allowed to turn into dangerous physical contact during games. When league officials do not appear to respond strongly, players may feel responsible for protecting themselves and their teammates. Some fans even joked that DiJonai was attempting her own JBL-style moment and auditioning for WWE with that clothesline. But Sophie made one point clear: nobody should be getting struck in the head. In a professional league, there should be no room for actions that can put another player's career in danger. The ball had already left Sophie's hands when the contact happened. There was no basketball play left to make. Sophie sees it as a statement foul, plain and simple. When media coverage tells fans they did not see what was clearly visible, it only increases the frustration. Sophie's refusal to accept the accident explanation is a warning for a league dealing with its growing audience and changing public attention. Where are the PR teams for these organizations? Why can players continue posting repeatedly on social media after controversial moments without facing stronger consequences? Sophie argued that in other professional sports, posts like these might be removed very quickly. Instead, the WNBA often appears to allow the controversy to grow, even when it hurts the players involved. The situation can feel like a place where the loudest person controls the conversation instead of the facts. Sophie's decision to speak out was not only about one foul. It was about professional standards and the need to prevent these stories from becoming completely uncontrolled. She wants accountability throughout the league so the focus can return to basketball. Looking closely at the play, the contact looked serious in real time and even more disturbing in photographs. The arm was not simply making contact with Sophie. It appeared tightly positioned around her neck. To Sophie, that does not look like a normal attempt to block a shot. Former NBA stars have also discussed the incident and said it did not resemble a normal basketball play. When experienced players describe the action as dirty, it raises questions about why some media coverage seems so determined to defend it. Sophie believes the physical details of the play support her position. Still, she has been treated by some as though she is wrong simply for discussing what the footage appears to show. Even respected figures like Angel McCoughtry have become part of the conversation. Although McCoughtry usually focuses on basketball itself, she has also recognized that the incident has become a major national discussion. This is no longer just another regular season moment. It has become a conversation about the direction of the league. Sophie respects players who watch the complete footage and speak honestly, but she believes those voices are becoming harder to find. What bothers her most is the lack of honesty in parts of the current coverage. Having a different opinion is completely fair. Ignoring clear video evidence to defend a preferred story is something else. For Sophie Cunningham, this incident became the breaking point. She has built her career around playing hard and competing professionally, but she does not want her reputation attacked simply to support a story that she believes is unfair. By challenging claims about her past and speaking about what happened during the recent foul, she has pushed the league and media toward a closer examination of their own standards. They cannot keep calling everything a basketball play when the circumstances raise serious questions about personal intent. Sophie has made her position clear, and now the responsibility is with the WNBA. Will the league prioritize the facts, or will it allow online narratives to control the conversation? Her career reflects why accountability and truth matter. Ultimately, this situation is bigger than Sophie Cunningham and DiJonai Carrington. It raises questions about whether the WNBA is prepared for the enormous attention surrounding it. A major professional league cannot maintain credibility if media partners spread misleading claims while players continue conflicts both on and off the court. Sophie may be saying things that make some people uncomfortable, but she believes that honesty is what the sport needs right now. The truth may not always be simple, but facing it is necessary to move forward. As the controversy continues to settle, one thing has become clear. The period of staying quiet is ending, and more evidence is being brought into public view. The remaining question is whether everyone is finally ready to face it.